Ernest Tubb Midnight Jamboree, standing at this podium for over 22 years. His legacy would go on to crown him the Dean of the Grand Ole Opry Announcers and one of the 3 original members of the Radio Hall of Fame, as well as the first announcer elected to the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1981. Grant Turner announced the Friday and Saturday night Opries until his death on the evening of October 19th, 1991, following a Grand Ole Opry appearance. Quite a legacy. In the middle of so many amazing milestones, he lived country music. You can now order your copy of Grant Turner Remembers the Grand Ole Opry as it was then by calling our mail order house Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. You can reach us at 615-255-7503. And be sure to follow us on Ernest Tubb Record Shop page on Facebook. Of course, you can watch the show live stream at 10 o'clock every Saturday night. We're also at ernesttubb.com 24/7. That's our website, so check it out. And you can visit us at 417 Broadway at our historic location in downtown Nashville, part of that wonderful memories of Lower Broadway that Grant was just now sharing. But each week we'll share a different chapter from that and different memories from the way it was from Grant Turner. So what a prized treasure to have in our record shop. Now we're heading back center stage once again. Everybody's got their guitars strapped on, and you got a new group lined up for us. Would y'all welcome back George Hamilton V?
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Jennifer Herron. Yes. And I want to say, I've got great memories of Grant Turner, and it was Vic Gabaney and Grant Turner and George IV and some guys up at Oak Hill, West Virginia, who organized the Hank Williams marker and the memorial there in Oak Hill, West Virginia. Grant Turner went up with my father at Oak Hill, and they gave a performance at a little schoolhouse there. This may have been around New Year's Eve time. I remember it was in the winter. And my father said it was the most interesting thing, and Grant went along and remember this exact same story. Somehow, as they were getting ready to start the show, the shutters all blew open. And it was like, wow, Hank's here. And you know, Hank's here tonight at the Ernest Tubb Record Shop. Do y'all remember Hank Williams?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Wait a minute, I said, do you remember Hank Williams? Well, we do too, and it's very interesting and very special. My father was a huge, huge fan of Hank. One of his last albums was Luke the Drifter, tribute to the other side of Hank Williams. And when he passed away on September the 17th, there was a wonderful radio presenter from Canada who called on the phone at the end of the day, which was a very difficult day, I know you can understand. But the joy that I felt when the man said, I guess you know what day this is that your father went to glory. And I said, September the 17th. And he said, it's Hank's birthday too. And so my father loved Hank Williams, and especially loved the other side of Hank, because so many people think, oh yeah, man, what a drinker, you know, all this kind of stuff. But the guy signed a publishing contract or a record contract. The very first Hank Williams signed as Hank Williams Gospel Singer. And I think that's one thing my father always wanted everybody to remember, that he started playing music sitting on the piano bench, I think, beside his mother, who played the piano in the church down there. And he got up and sang on the stool and said something like, I might be little, but I'm loud. But it's just like Taylor did, you know. But now, to move on along with our Hillbilly Highway tour, we got Rick Polari up here, Robin Erland, the band. And we're going to do a classic song that y'all can sing along with too, and help us out. Take it away, Rick Polari.
Well, I'm rolling in my sweet baby's arms. I'm rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay right down that track till the mountain train come back. Rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Lay around the shack till the mountain train come back. Rolling in my sweet baby's arms.
Oh, pick it, somebody. Robin Erland on that black big band.
Well, your mama was a Jenny cake baker. Sister could read and could spell. Your papa got an interest in that old cotton mill. My God, how that money rolls in. I'm rolling sweet baby's on.
Well, now I ain't gonna work on the railway. Ain't gonna work on the farm. Gonna lay down and shine till the train comes back. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. Everybody sing along now.
Rolling my sweet baby's arms. I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms. Lay round the shack till the train comes back. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. Now where were you last Friday night? While I was locked up in the jail, you were walking the streets with another old guy, and you wouldn't even call my bell. I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms. I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms. Lay around the shack till the train comes back. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. Sweet baby's arms. I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms. I'm gonna lay around the shack till the train comes back. I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms. I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms. I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms. I'm gonna lay around the shack till the train comes back. I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms.
Rick Polari has a presentation he does up in Vermont. He's going to tell you about it, I think, in a second. The Great Vermont Barn Dance. And this is something you'll need to tune in to, too, because it's amazing how these shows, like the Viva Nash Vegas radio show and the Great Vermont Barn Dance, are springing up on the internet. Come out to the center microphone.
Yeah, you know, I got so inspired by George's Viva Nash Vegas show. How many people listen to Viva Nash Vegas? It was such a really interesting idea that George and Lillian started working on, and I was so inspired that I created my own kind of live stream show called the Great Vermont Barn Dance Show. And we have music and storytelling and dancing, all kinds of stories. I love stories, and you know, this one here, you know, you're talking about Ernest Tubbs Record Shop. It's one of those places you can find those rare recordings that, like Boxcar Willie. Any Boxcar Willie fans out there?
Yeah!
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna do a song about hobos, and this is a song that I wrote about a hobo king. They have different kings and queens of hobos. They have a big convention out in Britt, Iowa. And they just had one recently. I was out there, and we were celebrating the life of a hobo king by the name of Frog. Now, Frog got his nickname or his moniker the way he used to leap onto a moving boxcar. But you know, all the old hobos are worried that you know, he's going to catch the westbound. Now, in the hobo lingo, catch the westbound means catching that little last train up into heaven. You don't want to catch the westbound if you can help it. Well, I was on tour years back over in England, and I got an email from my hobo pals, because all the hobos are online these days. And they told me that old Frog had caught the westbound. I felt so bad, I wrote this song, and I emailed it, and a few days later I got an email back. Oh, they had a big party for Frog in St. Paul, Minnesota. And all the old hobos were there, and they're telling stories about their dear fallen comrade. And right in the middle of the festivities, they get a telephone call from guess who? Frog. He's wondering why there's a big party going on, and he wasn't invited. They said, Frog, we thought you were dead. He said, dead? No, I was robbed. I said, what do you mean you were robbed? He said, I was walking down the street, you know. Somebody lifted my wallet out of my back pocket. They stole my identification. They started pretending they were me. Everywhere they went around and were pretending they were me, and they went out onto a bus in North Dakota and they died. And the police found that stolen ID and they thought it was me. And they even called up my brother, and that's why he got this funeral home. He said, I'm here to tell you that I ain't dead. He said, now the good thing is I know exactly what my funeral's going to be like. I live my life as a hobo. My only home is this old train. I've been a frog and a king. Lord, I've done everything. Now I'm riding on that westbound train. Let the jungle fires burn wild and free, and pass my bottle around. Let the train whistle blow, tell the old folks I'm riding on the westbound. I slept in every old boxcar. I rode down every railroad line. I don't have to boast, I rode coast to coast. Now I'm riding on that old westbound. Let jungle fires burn wild and free, and pass my bottle around. Let the train whistle blow, tell the old folks I'm a riding on the westbound road. Let the jungle fires burn wild and free, and pass my bottle around. Let the train whistle blow, tell the old folks I'm a riding on the westbound. Light a candle at the back of my boxcar and gather my good friends around. Let the old banjo ring while the hobos all sing. I'm a riding on the westbound. Fires burn wild and free, and pass my bottle around. Let the train whistle blow, tell the old folks I'm a riding on the westbound. Lay me down on a blanket of cardboard. Use my bindle to pillow my head. And when my body is gone, my spirit will ride on, riding on that old westbound. Let jungle fires burn wild and free, pass my bottle around. Let the train whistle blow, tell the old folks I'm a riding on the westbound. I'm a riding on the westbound, yeah. I'm a riding on the westbound.
I tell you what, we've had so many